Today, we're going to talk about something truly mind-blowing, the Aboriginal culture of Australia, which happens to be the oldest continuous civilization on the entire planet. We're going to explore a relationship with the land that has lasted for a stretch of time that's honestly almost impossible to imagine.
65,000 years. I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. It's so big, it's kind of hard for our brains to even process. But really getting a feel for that scale, well, that's the key to understanding everything else we're going to talk about. This isn't just ancient history. It's a living story of survival and a deep, profound connection that's still here today. And okay, this is where it gets really wild. Putting it on a timeline really shows you what we're dealing with. When the first people arrived in Australia, we, Homo sapiens, had just started venturing out of Africa. Those amazing cave paintings in Lascaux, France, they wouldn't even exist for another 25,000 years. And the Great Pyramids? They were more than 60,000 years off in the future. It just gives you a sense of the incredible, staggering depth of this civilization. So the big question is, how? How do they sustain a culture for that long in one of the world's harshest environments? The secret really is in a concept that's totally different from the way most of us think about land. It's the idea of country. And notice, country here always has a capital C. That's because it's not just the dirt under your feet. It's everything. The land, the rivers, the sea, the sky, every plant and animal, and it even includes the ancestors and the spiritual realm of the dreaming. Country isn't an it. Country is a living being, a relative who knows you're there. The difference here is just night and day. A typical Western view sees land as property. It's a thing, a resource you can own, you can buy, you can sell, you can use. But the Aboriginal view of country is the complete opposite. It's not something you own, it's something you belong to. It's not a resource to be exploited. It's family that you have a deep, unbreakable responsibility to look after. And this is the heart of it all. It's not a one-way street. It is a relationship, one built on give and take, on reciprocity. You have a sacred duty to care for country, and in return, country takes care of you. It feeds you, it sustains you. This two-way street, this mutual obligation, it's everything. So what does that actually look like in the real world? Let's take a look at one of the most powerful examples out there, the relationship with fire. So for literally tens of thousands of years, Aboriginal people have used fire as a tool with incredible sophistication. We're not talking about raging destructive infernos. No, these are carefully controlled, cool burns. They're set at the right time of year to gently clear out the dry leaves and dead grass on the ground, but without harming the big, mature trees. It's this brilliant, systematic process that stops the fuel from building up, which prevents those horrific megafires. And not only that, it helps new plants grow and actually makes the whole landscape healthier and more diverse. And what's the cost of ignoring 65,000 years of wisdom? Well, it's this: 3 billion. That's the almost unimaginable number of animals estimated to have been killed or displaced in Australia's Black Summer fires. When European colonizers arrived, they outlawed these traditional burning practices. So for over 200 years, the fuel just built up and up and up, creating a ticking time bomb that eventually led to an absolute ecological nightmare. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The know-how to prevent a disaster on that scale wasn't lost. It was right there, but it was suppressed. That tragedy was, in many ways, a direct result of simply failing to listen. Now, if this knowledge is so vital, how do you store it and pass it on for millennia? It's not written in books. It's kept in something much more alive, much more dynamic: the songlines. Songlines are these ancient pathways that crisscross the entire continent of Australia. But here's the thing, they exist as songs. By singing the verses in the right order, a person can literally navigate for hundreds, even thousands of miles. It's this incredible, intricate system that's part GPS, part history book, and part legal code, all handed down from person to person through music. Seriously, think of it as a living library. Each song holds critical information: where to find water, what the laws are for a particular place, the entire story of the land itself. But this also shows you where the system is most fragile, because it only lives in human voices, in memory. If a song isn't taught to the next generation, that entire wing of the library just vanishes forever. And all of this brings us right here to today. In a time when we're facing a global environmental crisis, you have to ask, what can this ancient way of seeing the world teach us? It really all boils down to a fundamental choice between two very different perspectives. The land as resource model starts with the question, what can I take from this? And its logical endpoint is always going to be extraction and eventually crises. But the country as kin model asks a totally different question. What are my obligations here? The whole focus shifts to reciprocity, and the result is long-term, genuine sustainability. And this really is the biggest lesson. When the land is your family, taking care of it isn't just a smart policy or a good idea. It becomes a core moral obligation. It's as fundamental as caring for your own parents or children. It totally reframes our entire relationship with the planet.
So we come full circle, back to this simple but incredibly powerful idea. It's the foundation that has supported a relationship for 65,000 years. You take care of country, and country takes care of you.
So, we want to leave you with this one last thought. Just think about it for a second. How would your own actions, your own choices change if you truly believed that the very land you live on was a living being, that it knew you, that you were a part of it, and that you had a sacred duty to care for it? What if the land knew your name?